O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Starts first down and 10 at their own 10-yard line. And Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead. Randall L. scrambles, stalled off the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown. Roy going to the single coverage, end zone. Touchdown. He hits Cooper again.
Hey, what's up? We're back. We're back again. This is 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, full house. You're not dreaming. You're not dreaming. It's a real life through your speakers, whatever way you're getting this, through your phone, through your car, through your buds, in your ears. We are here to pleasure them.
What is the most obscure podcast? Is it SoundCloud?
Oh, dude, there's some like podcast only things like Podbean or something like that, or Bean Pod, and then there's like YouTube. You can listen to podcasts on YouTube.
I didn't know that was a
weird
thing. It is weird, but I guess not. I mean, YouTube's monstrous.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like Levitard's podcast is live streamed through YouTube, but you can listen, not watch, just listen to it too, which is the weird part. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're here. It's a tangent. As I said, pre-game for us, this could be a 3-hour pod, but we're not going to let it be that long. Hopefully, we squeeze it in.
Dude, I'm super spacey right now. Like I'm my ADHD is through the roof.
It's the first time I've had a drink on the show in a while. So
cheers.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Cheers. All right, let's get into it real quick. News and updates. If you didn't follow along last week, we just did some quick news and updates like combine stuff, and then went through what we think is going to be the depth chart come spring practice for the offense. Now, if you've read the titles of the show, this will be your defensive side of the ball. I'm sure we'll be way off, so don't write this down and don't tweet at us in August. When's the first game? August 31st? Whatever it is, don't tweet at us week one and be like, you guys are idiots. Bunch of idiots. Not even close.
I want you to tweet that at me.
Yeah,
or at me. Like, dude, it's March. I'm going to be on my couch watching so much sports. Like, just tweet at me. Say, Brandon, you're an idiot. And I'm going to be like, you're an idiot. And it'll be fun.
You can do that pretty much after any pod, but it's okay. All right, let's do it real quick. News and updates. CJ West, he went through the combine. Rourke did too. I didn't write this down. I thought Rourke had one of the most unconventional but incredible quotes from his like press conference, I guess, where he was talking about his injury, and he said, well, I did all that on a broken thumb and a torn ACL, so imagine what I can do when I'm healthy.
Yeah, it was a sick quote.
And I was like, damn, dude, like that's a set for somebody that's not even in the NFL yet. So I think that was pretty good. But CJ West stole the show, made national headlines. Mel Kiper's top 18 risers post combine as well. And then he is probably now looking at, like, I've read 4th round. And if things continue the way that they're continuing now, there's not a whole lot between now and then for him to improve it, but it could. People could drop out. People could drop back due to injury. Maybe he sneaks in backside of round 3, but
you would know about a back end slide.
Yeah. Probably an early day 3 guy, which is what I said last week. So
It is what you said.
Right again.
Did you follow any of the pro day stuff this week?
Not really. I watched some of the throws.
Fernando was so smooth, and Miles Price was just toe tapping everywhere. Jalen Walker had an incredible his measurables, which we knew he was going to test well in shorts. Pretty sure he's going to be on a roster. He has like T-Gray scales, like a better T-Gray scales written all over. He's going to bounce practice squad to practice squad for like half a decade. I hope he sticks on. I hope he becomes a stud and a starting linebacker, and is a guy you'll have on your fantasy team. But I love the pro day stuff. Again, I kind of get sucked into IU football's social media. They do such a good job. Compare that to IU basketball, where it's just like them lifting weights. Like IU basketball's social media stinks, and IU football's is so good. So I just encourage everyone listening, go jump over to IU football, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you use to watch. Check out some of the clips. We'll get you hyped. Fernando is an absolute stud.
He is an absolute stud, and I cannot wait for him to get the pads on. I've got a hot take. I think Indiana basketball, like social media, has taken a step back to avoid any sort of beat down. You know what I mean? Like the comment section on those have just got to be awful, right? So here's a perfect example. Tell me about the hype video and the release video for the black uniforms.
None.
There wasn't one, right? Because what would have happened had they released a video of a uniform, a black basketball uniform? What would have happened?
People would have lost their minds.
Nuts. Yes.
Yeah.
But instead, you just drop them. And hey, I went nuts. I loved them, by the way, too. I think they're great.
I like the script back and forth on the color.
I like it.
The script was nasty. The script was nasty.
The script is nasty. I don't want to hear any more of black is not our school color. Like black is not Kentucky school color.
I don't like when Michigan State does it. I don't like it when other. It's for me. It's just not. It's not my thing. But
yeah, but it's not about you. It's what I told a bunch of people. It's about the kids, man, and they like it. So keep it going. Get some silver stuff. Let's do a silver uniform. Let's do some crazy stuff, right? Let's see. So let's keep going. Seth's back. I can see his face again. He's just been laughing.
You can tell when we get off the rails because and it just keeps going because Seth isn't here to nudge us along. Like you and I could just tangent for like 30 minutes. And okay, he's waving us on.
I was gonna say, even when I do get on a good one, and it's a good, he's just like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, F off. All right, let's move on. All right, let's get into it. Spring depth chart for the defense. We're not going to go backwards this time. Well, we will start with the line. That's the way that we wrote it out. Defensive end, defensive tackle, defensive end, and then we'll talk about it. And then we'll go to the 2 linebacker position, and we'll talk about it. Then we'll go corners. We'll talk about it. We'll go safeties, which includes, I don't remember what it was called, but I wrote the rover position. It had a name. It was a Husky under Allen. Oh, rover works, but it's basically your third linebacker, safety hybrid guy. Who was the kid that played for the Cardinals for a while? Simmons, Isaiah Simmons kind of guy. I think that was his name, Isaiah.
He's a giant now, and he's actually a beast.
He's always been a beast. He's so good. All right, so let's get into it. Speaking of beasts, defensive end, starting defensive end, you can write this in with all of the permanent, with blood. What is the most permanent thing you write it in? Maybe blood or whatever it is. Write it in. Mikhail Kamara, he's back, and he's going to walk right into his starting spot on defensive end. I didn't write any of his stats down. Don't need it. Doesn't matter. He's incredible. Preseason, ESPN too early, second team All-American.
I'm trying to look it up because this is bad podcasting.
Uh-oh.
I think he flipped sides.
That's okay.
I I think he flipped sides for like NFL tape, so he could be seen playing both positions.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. It was either in the Indy Star or on 247. This is horrible podcasting, but
well, you look it up, and I'm going to talk about the next guy.
I think I remember him flipping sides, but you talk.
Well, that opens the door. That opens the door for what we have listed as his backup, because that's the kind of the side of the field that Daniel and Dukeway would play. Daniel and Dukeway, you guys, if you're not super familiar with the roster, I guess he's a true sophomore. He came over last season from JMU in the I want to think how it all works. He might be a redshirt sophomore, but 6'3", 239 yards. He is an official member of the Braggley Boys Club, meaning I've been talking about him for at least 2 years now. What'd you find out?
Yeah, so he was playing the DN position. The other DN, they don't call DN. They call the stud position. Mikel Kamara will be slimming down and running out of the stud position.
Yeah.
And then Ndukwe will be his backup in the stud. Not will be, but projecting to be.
Okay.
So you had it right. You had it right.
Yeah. Let's call this the pass rushing defensive
correct.
end. Right?
There we go.
So this is what, if you watched enough IU football last year, this is where you saw, oh my gosh, who did we scream at a bunch? You saw Jacob Magna-Farrar, and then who was the guy that they kept putting out in coverage? Why am I not thinking about this? Linnell Carr.
Yep.
Linnell Carr played there. You'd see him stand up. You'd see him go into coverage. That's exactly what Kamara needs. They know he can get after the quarterback. They know he can sack. They know he can force fumbles. They know he can tackle. He's athletic. He just needs to slim down and see some speed. So I did not know that, but that's interesting and a good information. So let's go to the other defensive end, which I've got some question marks on, but I'd like to call it the Italian edge.
It is.
Because I've got three guys listed. The second and the two deep is basically the same person, just brothers. So first guy, Mario Andino, 6'4", 275, is the newest member as of today, the Braggley Boys Club. He's a true sophomore. He had 9 tackles last season, a very, very, very limited playing time, 2 tackles for loss, a half sack. This guy's kind of a stud. This is another one of the guys that came over from JMU in the high school class. Not overly hyped as a recruit or anything. I think he's going to be really good, but we don't know, right? I think this is a big question mark on the defensive line, at least. What do you have on Mario?
I mean, Mario's a stud. He's absolutely going to play the spot that, because he subbed in. When Kamara did actually take a break, it was Landino filling in for him. So I think he slides into that very nicely. I think he's kind of an instant day starter, both the positions. One position, according to this 2 deep, and I kind of forgot about this guy as a redshirt sophomore. But he signed out of high school. He's obviously a Allen recruit. Darius Collins.
Darius Collins. I've got him listed in my honorable mention down here at the bottom.
His offers, I forgot about this. He was between Indiana, Auburn, and Baylor. Yeah. So, again, those schools aren't exactly lighting it up, but he's from Louisiana, Shreveport, Louisiana. He's currently 6'4", 250. So he definitely does have that slim down, edge rushing, possibility. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring him up as well. As a guy.
Definitely. So this is a new addition to what we did last week. I think last week was a little clunky, but this week we'll do kind of, if they don't make the 2 deep, I guess you would say, we will try to bring up some possible impact players, and he's one of them for sure. I'm a big fan of Darius Collins, at least coming out of high school.
You like the DePepes. I get it.
The DePepes are in there. The DePepes. I'm a big fan of the next guy. I don't think he's had a shot. He hasn't really had a shot yet. That's Andrew DePepe, the older brother of the two, the redshirt sophomore transfer from Michigan State. He was injured all of last year. I think he got injured in the spring. 6'5", 260 pounds. Why is he writing cousins? He's not here. He's not talking. They're not cousins. They're not. No, I'm pretty sure they're brothers, bro. They look exactly alike.
One went to Moline, one went to Bettendorf. They're from different sides of the Quad Cities. I think they're cousins.
I think they're brothers. Go look them up. They look exactly.
I'm trying.
All right, maybe they're cousins. They're the Pepes. They look pretty much alike. Now their hair is completely different, so don't look at that. But the eyes, facial features, all the same. Andrew DePepe, huge recruit coming out of high school. I think borderline high-end 4-star going to Michigan State. Didn't really see the field, didn't really get along with the coach very well. Came over last season as a preferred walk-on, actually, after 1 year at Michigan State. I've got high hopes for him. I've always been a big fan of a guy that hasn't really made it at his previous school or had some issues with coaching or whatever it was, that has talent, clearly has talent. Let's see if he can come in and make some change. If not, maybe his brother cousin, William DePepe, 6'6", 244 pounds, a redshirt freshman.
Game of Thrones brother cousin.
This is like reading Kentucky's Kentucky's football team. But yeah. So those are two edge positions. I think you're big guys to watch. Obviously, Kamara and Dukeway. I'm a huge fan of him. I'm telling you guys, he's going to be an absolute stud. He's super athletic. What do you got?
I'll eat some shit on this one. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's what
God.
I thought.
They went to different high schools though. Like they have
hate-
different hometowns listed in their like. Come on.
He is gonna hold this over the entire offseason.
Dude, they've got 4 seasons of eligibility left. He's got 4 years of me holding it over him.
So let's talk about that. I think in the offensive depth chart, it was very senior laden.
Yeah.
Look at this depth chart. True sophomore in Landino, true sophomore in Dukeway, redshirt sophomore in Tadarius. The DePepes are both redshirt freshmen.
With no playing time, either one.
With no playing time. I mean, I think I would actually kind of like to see a little bit more seniority, but like we could see this room just looking the same for the next 2 or 3 seasons. And then obviously they get a season to learn from Kamara. Like, I'm excited about this group. I really am. I do think there's 4 or 5 guys, and what we signed this year. I really like what the edge positions are coming through, because it's kind of been a position that hasn't had juice at IU like ever. So
the other side's going to have to be really good. Landino, DePepe, if they bring somebody else in, whoever it is, Collins, whoever's on the other side. I think Collins is more the Ndukwe, Kamara side, but whoever's on this side, the bigger side of the ball, they got to be good, or at least have to attract some sort of attention, because Kamara is no longer an unknown, right? Kamara is going to get the double teams. He's going to get the chips. He's going to get everything. So we got to keep an eye on that. So the other guys that could help out with this, and this one I could not make a true too deep about, and I'll go through why I couldn't do it. There's 2 guys that I think we thought immediately were penciled in starters, right? The 2 transfers.
Are we done with Deanne? Can I bring up one
more
guy?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Deanne,
he will not see the field, but let's not sleep on Tristan Abram. I love this guy. Michigan went hard.
It's another Missouri guy, right?
St. Louis, Missouri, out of Christian Brothers College. So that was an absolute steal. Yet we got a guy out of Warren Central who's rated even higher in Tyrone Burris. So
He's just not on campus yet.
Yeah, just not. So we got 2 absolute stud edge. Again, neither one of them are going to see the field. Just in that position, it's really, really hard to see the field early. But again, just talking about that youth, there's a lot to be excited about in that position group. Okay, we can move on to D-tackle.
100%. Defensive tackle. Okay, I wrote pick 2, right? You just got to pick. I don't think it matters who starts. I think you're going to see a rotation at defensive tackle, and this might be the one time on a line, if they rotate, that I'm not going to be disappointed with it. I don't think. I mean, it's going to have to play out, but I think we immediately thought Hosea Wheeler, the transfer from Western Kentucky, was going to come in and start. I still think the same thing. 6'3", 300 pounds, redshirt senior, 75 tackles from the defensive tackle position. We know that they don't play any defense at Western Kentucky, so of course he's got 75 tackles. 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Okay, right? That's pretty impressive last season. Now, the other guy that came in, Dominique Ratcliffe, the Texas State transfer, 6'3" as well, almost 300 pounds, 295, redshirt senior plus, so he's been playing since COVID. 22 tackles. Now, almost same amount of tackles for loss and same amount of sacks. I don't know if he's an immediate starter because you got 2 guys behind him. Let me talk about them, and then I'll let you see how you think this plays out. Obviously, Tyreek Tucker, we knew a lot about him last year. He came over from JMU, 6 foot, 298, really good player, redshirt junior. 24 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, 4 quarterback hurries. Now, granted, we didn't do a lot of switching out at the defensive tackle position at all. I mean, we did a decent amount, but not as much as previous years, and he put up some pretty good stacks for that area. Next one, Marcus Burris. He's been here forever. The Texas A&M transfer from, I think, 3 years ago. 6'5", so big guy at D tackle, 286. Redshirt senior. He's played a lot of football, 14 tackles last year. Who's starting? And then do we see much Burris? There's a lot of young kids behind it, especially in this class. I think there's a decent amount of D tackles. But
yeah, Jamari Monette got a little bit of run.
Yeah, Monette. I like Monette too.
I expect him. He's another Louisiana guy. He's a guy that didn't have the offers as Collins did. He had more of like the UAB, Tulane type offers. But he is 6'3", 281, which is exactly what the guys are above. So I don't want you to forget him. But yeah, the stud you're thinking of is Kyler Garcia. Again, kind of similar to Abram and Burris. I'm not sure if Kyler Garcia sees the field, but those would be guys behind him. I do think we are going to see a 5-6 D tackle rotation. That the exact opposite strategy of what we saw last year, where it was just the 2 big boys up front all the time. I think these guys are going to rotate because I don't think either someone emerges, whether that's Wheeler.
I think it's Wheeler.
I think it'd be Wheeler or Burris. Like if you had to if I was doing a starter, I would do Wheeler and Burris and then Tucker and Ratcliffe behind him. That would be kind of my 5-4. But again, I think Monette is going to get some run as well. And I just think those 5 are going to rotate until one emerges.
Yeah. Okay. So we've talked a lot about defensive line. We'll wrap this up. I've got a little game I want to play. Just simple. Don't have to go too crazy. We're going to call it stacked or scary. So are you good with this or are you scared about it? What do you think? Defensive line. What do you think? Stacked or scary?
Just that weak defensive end, just that run stopping defensive end. I don't even want to say the words. There's just not enough depth. You love the DePepes. I'm putting 0 stock in the DePepes. I would like
nothing to go off of. Yeah.
So I like where we're at with Kamara and Ndukwe and Collins. I actually think that's sick. I think that's really sick. That's borderline. That's borderline insane. Again, I think there's 5 legit players that you can just rotate out for 40, 50 snaps. That means no guy is getting more than 15 snaps. I absolutely love that from the D tackle. It's just that run stuffing defensive end that has me a little. That's scary. That's my scary in your game is that position.
Let's add another quick question here. Yes or no, they bring somebody in?
Man, I don't think so.
Okay. I think that
there's a lot of bodies just needed. That's what spring and it's not the lack of bodies.
I think they would have. If they weren't confident in Landino and the DePepes or Collins or whoever may be able to slide over to the other side. I think they would have brought somebody in. All right. This one will be a little bit quicker. Linebacker position. We're going to go Aiden Fisher at 1 linebacker. It's kind of a stretch. I'm just kidding. Another guy that needs no introduction. Absolute stud. Cannot believe we're getting him back again. He's going to slot right in there. The guy behind him, you guys have heard about him, Isaiah Jones. Nothing it's going to pop off tape to you necessarily. Just a pretty decently solid linebacker, right? 6'2", 230 pounds. He's been here for 4 years. He'll be a redshirt junior. 42 tackles last season. which blew my mind. I did not know he had that many tackles. 42 tackles, 3.5 for loss, had a half sack and a quarterback hurry. The other side, and this is an interesting side here, Brandon. Elijah Hardy, also a member of Bragway's Boys Club, huge fan of him. Got a lot of unnecessary playing time last season. That turned into necessary playing time. That turned into, hey, Jalen Walker's not hurt, but you're so good, you are going to play. He's 5'11", 225. Only had 22 tackles, 5.5 of those, though, for loss, 1 sack. Here's the best part. 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and 1 touchdown in his true freshman season. Yep. Guy behind him, this guy I kind of forgot about. Went back, did some research, watched some tape. Quentin Clark, he's a redshirt freshman. He was the 5th highest ranked recruit in the 2024 class. 6'1", 212. Who's that sound like from last year? Sounds like Jalen Walker, right?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
And so I think what we're going to have to figure out is that we have a traditional, badass, run-stopping linebacker, a.k.a. Aiden Fisher. And then you've got a freak of an athlete next to him, whether it's Elijah Hardy, Quentin Clark.
Man, didn't Hardy just able to find the ball? I mean,
he's going to be so good.
I thought he had more than 4 turnovers, but when I don't have snap counts, I think probably a more professional pod has a snap count, but like 4 turnovers in what probably 100 snaps.
He played those.
Is that fair?
Games.
Is that probably he probably played in all? He probably played in 10 games. So if he played 10 snaps a game, 15 snaps a game, you're looking at between 100 and 150 snaps, and he got 4 turnovers. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he played a lot of garbage time at the beginning of the season, and then we didn't really see him. And then what happened? Walker got hurt, I believe, and was out for at least.
Was that Nebraska? He got hurt. Nebraska, Maryland, something.
He was there for Nebraska. One of those games in there. He gets hurt. Hardy, I think they tried to play Jones and Fisher or Turner, Caden Turner, another redshirt junior. Tried to play him and Fisher, and it didn't really work. So they kind of stuck Hardy in. It was about the same time they moved Farrell out of that rover position, put him back at safety, and it all clicked. I mean, that's what I mean. Even when Jalen Walker was back and healthy, Hardy saw the field.
There is a Seth Stud that you're missing.
Go ahead.
Wait, I haven't scrolled enough. Maybe you already have it. No, you don't. You didn't even have it in the linebacker discussion. Seth, do you want to go out and say it? Do you want to say who he has not mentioned?
I'm lost.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Utzinger.
Oh, I had him in here and I took him off. We
right.
love Jeff Utzinger. We love Jeff Utzinger.
He's not cracking, but I don't know him or Jones. I think we all agree it's Aiden Fisher, it's Hardy, it's Quentin Clark. I think we all agree that's 3.
Him or Turner. I think Utzinger is probably 3rd on
Turner's buried. Turner is buried.
I feel bad kind of for him.
I wouldn't surprise me if Caden gets out of here.
Now there's 2 other guys that are on the team right now, and PJ Nelson, a freshman, and Jamari Farmer, also another freshman. There's a couple other freshmen I think coming in too. They did no transfer work at the linebacker position, which means that they're happy with what they got. And honestly, Fisher and Hardy by themselves, studs. Those are 2 stud starting linebackers. So we'll run through this, and if we're good on the linebacker position, you stacked or scared?
Stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got to look at the body of work from last year. Walker and Fisher played so much. So the question is, are you good with Fisher and Hardy? And I'm good with Fisher and Hardy. Jalen Walker got hurt. I'm good to see what we have in Quentin Clark. If Quentin Clark can be Hardy last year, we're stacked. We're stacked.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
I don't think we're adding any bodies unless we have some attrition, unless there are guys that leave. I think we probably backfill. But I think as far as like adding players, I don't see us adding to this part of the defense.
It's traditional. I think you'll have a few people scoot post spring. If they're not getting the snaps they want, or we're promised one thing after the season and see what's happening now, and it's not happening. I think they'll move on, and then I think that they'll just backfill that exact position. I think if you lose a linebacker, you're going to bring in another linebacker. Like, you're not going to fill some other spots. So, but we'll see. We don't want anybody to leave, so we'll just keep going. All right, I think I'll just answer this for you. It's another stack position. Cornerback position, obviously, go ahead, throw in blood D'Angelo Pons. You guys have ever heard of him? If you haven't, Google him. He'll be a preseason All-American, I'm assuming. He's definitely on ESPN's way too early preseason All-American list. I think he's one of the top handful of corners in the country, probably. I think based on what a lot of the experts have said post-game or postseason, he's an absolute monster. He's a true junior. We've got at least this season with him. So behind him, this is it. This is where it gets interesting, Brandon, because I thought this guy would probably start, but then when you look and see the other guys we brought in and the guy that's still here, I've got Amarian Knighton, the Notre Dame killer, the redshirt junior from Northern Illinois. I got him behind Pons. He's 6 foot 174. He only played 6 games last season. I don't remember if that was 6 games and I'm out, or 6 games and I got hurt. 13 tackles, 3 passes defended, 1 interception that came against Notre Dame. Is that right? I think that's right.
I'm gonna have to go to the producer. I don't know Knighton's status, whether he just wasn't good enough to see the field, which I see unlikely. Whether he was like, there's enough tape on me, I'm transferring to a bigger school, I'm out, or if he was injured. I don't know. It's got to be one of those 3.
He's not even paying attention.
Guy stinks.
He's still trying to go through the Pepe family tree to figure out.
He's watching some show literally no one watches. I am the most plugged in than anyone's been plugged in TV shows ever, and I have no idea what he's talking about. And go watch his show. Show stinks. Go watch White Lotus like an adult.
What if I told you he watches Big Brother religiously?
Okay, this is Traders, and NIU does not have the most extensive injury list reporting. Their Go Husky bound or whatever this website is sucks. Sorry.
You're not gonna defend the Big Brother thing's not a joke.
We're just moving on. We are moving on to further cornerback discussion.
All right. The other corner, because there's 2. There's one on one side, one on the other side. Traditionally, there's 2 that start. You'll see some other ones. And I think that Knighton might be one that hits the slot at some point. But I've got it this way, and I'm interested to hear what you think, because I think I've got it right based on.
I bet you don't.
I think I've got it right.
You don't have it right. You don't have it.
I think I've got it right. I think Jamari Sharp starts at the other side.
He doesn't.
I thought he had a really good year last year, filling in for.
He actually graded out better to PFF. He graded a little bit better in some situations, better than Pons.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's 6'1", 187, a redshirt junior, an IU original. 9 starts last season, which was way more than what I thought. 13 tackles, half tackle for loss, half sack. Didn't get a ton of tackles and get in on that stuff. 1 fumble recovery and 6 passes defended. Now, the other guy, I've got an or next to his name. Now, do you remember when Kevin Wilson or whoever used to release their 2 deeps, right? They would always, you'd have a bunch of or. And this is Ryland Gandy, and I'll let you talk about him, the Pitt transfer. Why do you think he's going to start over Sharp? Because I don't think so. You might see him in the slot, is what I think.
Absolutely. So he was out. He was the number 1 corner for Pitt. Everyone knows. I watch a lot of Pitt football, and they put their corners on absolute islands. If you remember the Tom Allen, like, it's very similar to that. Like, it's a lot of edge pressure. It's a lot of blitzing, which means there's a lot of one-on-one. And Ryland Gandy took the brunt of a lot of that with some pretty good ACC receivers. Say what you want about the conference overall. Say what you want, about that conference, but they produce some receivers. And Ryland Gandy more than stood on his head a number of times. Pitt fans were absolutely devastated to hear him leaving. And I think he complements Pons very well. But Jamari is going to be number 3, right? And then Knighton's number 4. I don't think any of them are going to be that like walk around with the receiver. I think they're going to play on their sides. They're going to lock in. So I think you're going to see those 4 a lot. But they'll emerge and it'll happen. And hot take, this is the strongest position group on the defense.
Yeah, I
those four are insane.
Yep.
Like I think Jamari Sharp and Amari and Knighton are the backups. I think they would start for 10 Big Ten teams.
Yeah.
There's 18 Big Ten teams. So I'll just say they'll start for half. They would start for 9 of the 18 Jamari Sharp and Amari and Knighton. That's how good this was. Our backups would start in half the league. It's an insane group of players.
Yeah. And you've got a ton of talent behind it, right? You've got some honorable mention freshmen that are coming in. Another guy, the newest addition, I think, to the Bragg Boys Club is Seonta Stewart. No, he's not the newest one. I guess technically age-wise, coming in as a freshman right now. He's just now getting into the club, but he's been in the club since we recruited him. Seonta Stewart, he's coming in. I wouldn't be surprised, Brandon, if Seonta Stewart isn't a candidate for the next position we're going to talk about as well. And then you've also got Jalen Bell. Those 2 and 3 in the recruiting class last season, behind a guy we're going to talk about in a little bit at the safety position. So top 3 recruits, safety, corner. Yeah, it's very good. Do you have anybody else you want to talk about corner position?
Nope.
No. Moving on. Okay, so we'll start here. I put the Rover position, Rover Husky. Seth called it a joker, but I don't know if he's talking about himself or he's talking about the position. He called it that. We'll start there. I don't know. I don't know about this.
So it's what spring and fall camp are for, how this is going to shake out. It's a position group I'm least confident in.
But here's my part on this. So I've got Devin Boykin, the NC State transfer coming in.
Who hasn't played
playing that position. Who has not played last year, no. But when he did play, very good, right? 54 tackles, a forced fumble, 3 interceptions. He's 5'10", 195, so he kind of fits that mold, right? I don't think it matters. They're going to find somebody from this group, from the group we talked about before, or the safety group, and they're going to say, this is where you're playing. And that's what they did last year. Right? Terry Jones Jr., we all knew about him in the spring. I knew about him in the spring. I thought he was a really good player. Didn't see the field for, 6 games? And then they'd make the switch. Farrell goes to the back. Jones comes in. And then he's an absolute beast, right? So I've got Devin Boykin in there. I got Jaja Boyd, the redshirt freshman, who did not play at all last year, behind him. So this is a very weak spot in the defense. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think there's 6 guys. And there's only one I'm confident in, right? I'll get the one out of the way. Amari Farrell. You
can't put him back there. I don't think.
Why not?
Because he was too good at the safety position, I thought, last year.
No. Okay. I'm talking about the position group as a whole.
Sorry. So we haven't done those yet. I'm talking specifically Rover. We can go through all the safety. Let's just do that first.
Yeah, you do all the safety, because I'll tell you right now, to you and to Seth and to the 4 people listening, I don't know how it's going to shake out. I don't know who's going to be safe. I don't know. I know the 6 bodies that are going to be in content and in competition for it. So yeah, go ahead and do the rest of your positions and your predictions, and then I'll give my overall thoughts, because spoiler alert, scary. I think this is a scary position group for me.
I think there's scary as in we might
concerning.
Yeah.
Yes, not in a scary
I do think that the safety position, if it stays like this, if they don't have to move somebody to Rover, I think it's a really solid position. I'd give it a B, right? You've got Amari Farrell, who's an A+ player. He's now number 1. I always used to refer him to as number 25, but he's now number 1. Number 1 in my heart as well. He's a junior, 6'2", 200 pounds. He had 49 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, a sack and a half, 4 interceptions. He's a founding member of the Bragg Boys Club. Behind him is also a member of the Dubich Dudes Club, and Bryson Bonds, 6 foot 199. He's been here since, I don't know, turn of the millennium. He had 19 tackles last season, a fumble recovery, and also an interception. I think that was against Purdue. So Bryson Bonds and Amari Farrell, you guys know the names. Really solid, good start to the safety position, right? So the other end, the other side, Louis Moore's back from Ole Miss, redshirt senior plus as well. So he's been here forever, or around forever. 5'11", 200 pounds, 37 tackles, a pick, and a half sack last season at Ole Miss. But whenever he did play at IU in 2023, 83 tackles at the safety position, 1 pass defended, 3 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, and a touchdown. So if we get that Louis Moore back, we're in good shape. And behind him,
there's so many ifs.
Yeah. Behind him is a guy I think is going to see the field. And Byron Baldwin, the 4-star freshman out of goodness, he's out of Georgia. But he's, I think, Virginia. Here,
I can find it in
so,
a second.
6'2", 195, top recruit in our
Maryland,
class.
literally Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland, St. Francis Academy.
That's right. I was trying to sit here and think like, I knew it wasn't
Georgia. The producer really stepped up there.
He's also in, his show just started. He's also at an Under Armour All-American. He could be a candidate for the rover position. If you haven't watched any of his tape, he actually played against Center Grove here in Indiana, and he was insane in that game. Like, you want to talk about somebody that's a ball hawk and hits, that dude can hit at the high school level. Will it transfer? Does he have enough time? He's in class right now, or in school right now. He's got time in the weight room. Does he have enough time to bulk up and get where he needs to be? I think he's an absolute stud. Don't know if he starts that rover position, but he could be a candidate there as well, too. And then we've got Dontre Henderson, who's a redshirt freshman. He came over part of the JMU class as a high schooler last season. What are your thoughts on the position? Do you think some people move around? I know you want to move Farrell out. So who comes into Farrell's position then?
So I tell you, I don't know who is going to be where doing what, but we got 6 guys, right? We got 6 guys. 7 if you count Henderson. I actually kind of forgot about him. But you got Farrell, you got Boykin, you got Moore, you got Bonds, Boyd, and Baldwin, right? Mari Farrell, right in blood. Whatever position he slides into, he's going to be an all Big Ten player, right? Devin Boykin, man, if he plays like he did in 2023 with NC State, we're good. Man, it when you take that much time off football, that's tough, right? Then we got Louis Moore. Literally, Ole Miss's defense was so bad. I watched so many Ole Miss games, one, because Jackson Dart was fun as hell to watch, and I just bet on them all the time. Just Ole Miss overs, baby. Ole Miss overs all the time. If he couldn't see playing time on that defense, that's concerning. But you're right. If Louis Moore is 2023 Louis Moore, then we're fine, right? We've been through the Bryson Bonds experiment. I think I've said not so nice things about him. Guilty as charged. Jaja Boyd, God, he is incredible. He's on the all freak list. Hasn't played a significant snap. Byron Baldwin, the crown jewel of this year's class, hasn't played a single snap. And then Henderson literally hasn't played any meaningful snap. So I think there's chance Boykin can be really good. There's a chance Louis Moore comes back. There's a chance Bonds develops. There's a chance Baldwin and Boyd emerge like we think. But do you know how many ifs are coming out? I mean, look, count them. I think I just said like 12 of them. It's a concerning group. I think it has a super high ceiling. I think it also potentially has a super low floor. So it's in Bragg's game. It's for me, it's the scariest group. Because the safeties are asked to do a lot in this defense. They are asked to do a ton, and outside of one guy, I'm not totally confident that happens. So, man, this could be, Seth, clip this. Wherever this is at, clip this. When our safety is the strongest group and they have 1 million turnovers, and I'm over here saying it's the worst group, put me on blast. But right now, as we sit, March 6th, I think it is the weakest group and the group I'm most concerned about. With that being said, there's too many bodies, right? There's 7 bodies. You don't need to add at all. So this isn't a position like we were talking about in offensive line last week where I was like, probably need to add a guy or two at offensive line. I don't think they need to add any players. I just think they need to figure out what they got.
Can I add something in here? The name that I would keep an eye on the most, and you mentioned him a bit, I think he's going to force his way into the field as Byron Baldwin. I think the thing I like about him most is he's a multi-sport athlete. He played he wrestled. He was 4th in the state of Maryland at the 165 weight class. He also was a track guy. So what do you want in a safety? Somebody who can run and somebody who can get their hands on a guy.
Wrestle.
Exactly. So that's something I think that he's going to force his way. He was also, an Under Armour All-American. This is a guy who I think he's really going to push the envelope, and maybe the reason some other guys get pushed around to some different positions.
Yeah. I'm not that concerned with this position group. I know that it's a little scary when you got a guy kind of penciled into one position who hasn't seen the field in a year. You've got, another guy that's coming back here who had kind of a down year at a bigger, I guess, quote unquote, bigger school. And then, you've got not a whole lot of experience behind him outside of Bonds. I get it. But again, I got to trust this coaching staff. I know it's only been 1 year, but I feel like they would have added something more or tried, right? You didn't hear about some other big name safeties or anybody else being on campus. So I think they're pretty happy with it. I think we're pretty happy with the defense overall. We don't need to do grades or anything. We'll wait till like post spring and it's all done. But let's talk kicker and punter real quick, and then we'll try to get you guys pretty much wrapped up before Randos. But obviously, kicker, piece of cake. Nicholas Radicic, an absolute beast of a leg. Redshirt sophomore, 10 of 11 on field goals last season. 69 out of 69 on extra points. Did he set the all-time scoring record? I don't think, or something like that. He definitely set the extra point record, I think, halfway through the season. It was insane. So he's a very good kicker. There's no issues there. And then at punter, we've got a new guy in, Mitch McCarthy from UCF, a senior. He's 6'5", 230. That's the only reason I wrote his height and weight down, is because that's a monster
unit.
Big old Aussie. He had 40 punts last season. You guys are the big punt guys, especially Seth. 40 punts. He averaged 44.1 with a long of 56. What I've read, he's kind of an inside the 20 hunter kind of guy. Like he's a pretty good solid puncher to get in. I don't look at any of the ratings or any of that stuff whenever it comes to punters, but I mean, that's got to be pretty good, right?
You'd hope.
44 yards is pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice average.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't have to punt 40 times, but 44 and a half, we'll take that. So I think areas of concern, I think we've got that, and we've got that through. I had defensive end in there. I think there's just one side that maybe if we have the potential of adding somebody, it's a proven starter that can start on that side, that'd be good. The other ones are obvious. I think linebacker depth, and I think rover and safety, kind of figuring that part out, but I'm not necessarily overly concerned with anything other than talking about this. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home right here in the heart of the Hoosier country, Garrett Lawton with True Blood Real Estate is the agent that you need. He's not just a real estate agent, he's a Hoosier fan just like you. And Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis and everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call at 317-410-8851 or visit his website at lawton-realty.com. And we're back. Wow, that was awesome. Now to talk some randos with a Brando. What do you got?
So, I think largely we are confident in this defense. Is that because of the players or Bryant Haynes?
That's a tough question because are the players, as I like the players,
Right, it's a chicken and egg. It's a Belichick or Brady. Like the answer is both. The answer is you're confident in the players and the coach. But for me, it's Bryant Haynes, and keeping him is the best recruiting win we could have done. The money we paid him, I mean, holy smokes. Bryant Haynes is the best defensive coordinator in the Big Ten, if not top 3, right? I have so much freaking confidence that this guy's going to figure out even the few areas, safety, weak side defensive end. I feel the depth in the linebacker. He's going to figure it out. Like, we kind of went over areas of concern live, and I feel like I maybe sounded negative. Guys, I couldn't be less negative because I have confidence Bryant Haynes is going to figure it out. Yeah,
he's very good. I think behind, I guess the guy that's at Penn State now, right? They went from Ohio State. Probably it, right? Unless you consider Michigan's guy. That's yeah. I think you're about right. Okay, is that it?
That is not it.
Okay.
Another question. Now that we've done both sides of the ball, hey, it's take season. It's March for college football. What side of the offense or defense is going to be better in 2025? Because I think we all agree the defense was the better side of the football in 2024, right? Both by metrics, and so I would say defense was the better side of the ball. Which side, after doing the 2 deeps, do we think will be the better unit?
That's a tough question.
I know. Bring in the tough ones tonight.
I'll go offense. I'm not going to give any reason.
I will go out. I'll go out on a limb and I'll say both are top 25 in the country.
I'll take that. It's a good season.
Scoring.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. I would pick offense just because that's how much I love Fernando. That's just
that was the reason why I picked offense.
Yeah, it's Fernando. But we have 3 All-Americans on the defense, 0 All-Americans on the offense. So what do I know? Like I just picked the unit that doesn't have 3 All-Americans because I'm stupid.
You got potential for at least 2 on the offense, maybe 3 if Fernando's an absolute monster. But
you think Coogan and Carter Smith?
I thought Smith and Surratt.
Yeah, it's so hard with wide receiver. It's so freaking hard to be an All-American.
Remember when I was like, I remember early in the season last year, maybe up to the Maryland game, I was like, I don't know, man, about Elijah Surratt, and then just like
there's always some guy at SMU with 112 catches, 1,430 yards, and 17 touchdowns.
Hey, remember this name. Remember this name for what's coming up. Nick Nash. Do you guys know who Nick Nash is? Triple Crown winner, I think. This at San Jose State, and he's barely making mock drafts in the 7th round.
That's crazy.
And he's not a little guy. He's a big receiver. I'd take him.
Yeah, a little Cooper Cup.
Little Cooper Cup. Little Puka.
Little Puka. All right, last one. And I think this is fairly obvious, but is there any way this year's defense can be better than last year's defense?
Yes.
Really? Holy cow. If it is, does this team go undefeated? I don't think so. I think there's no way. I think there just are possibly a few more holes in this year's defense than last year's. It's relying on a little bit more youth. It's a harder schedule. So there will be at least statistical downgrade just because of the strength of schedule. But I love that take. I love your confidence.
Yeah, because I can't imagine that the All-Americans are going to get worse, right? Like
Right.
Pons is only going to get better. And Fisher, if he just stays the same, and Kamara, if he just stays the same, and
Kamara will
like
be playing a position to have a bigger impact. They are putting Kamara in a position to wreak more havoc.
Yeah, he's gonna be insane if he can make an outside move on the blind side of the majority of quarterbacks that he sees. It's going to be insane.
Problem. Cool.
Seth,
that's all I got.
Okay. All right. Your sack, anything in there? I know you want to get out of here.
Yeah, I got two things. All right. One, Radicic definitely did not break the single season scoring record. If my math is correct, 10 and 69 is 99. And it looks like Anthony Thompson had at least 26 touchdowns, which would be 156 points. I'm sure he said scored more than that, but I had another season where he had 24. So those are the only two that are non-quarterbacks for like ton of touchdowns in the season. Otherwise, so you guys made fun of my trash TV. I don't watch a ton of trash TV, but yes, Big Brother and Traders are two of my guilty pleasures that I do watch. What are Bragg? You divulged to me what your guilty pleasure is. Do you guys have any trash reality show that you have a guilty pleasure date night? Show?
I do. It's every night when she's home. Is every night that it's on, I guess. Love is Blind. I don't know why I get sucked into that show, but I just do,
guys.
I just
hate.
We even talked about doing the whole thing where like we cover up the TV and just listen to it so that we can figure out if we think these people are attractive or not. But we didn't do it this season. But yeah, no, I'm good, dude. I think it's great. I love watching other people get in a fight and like all this crap. You know what I mean? Like have relationship problems while I'm sitting over here just chilling. Other than that, dude, that's it. I just watch sports and like stand up occasionally.
So I watch a ton of TV, like a ton of. I even have like a TV show list, right? That's how much TV I watch. None of it is reality. None of it is trash. All of it is extremely high end. You want to hear? You want to hear the shows I have watched or will watch? American Primeval on Netflix. That show was fantastic. Severance, Apple TV. Yellow Jackets, Showtime. White Lotus, HBO. Last of Us, HBO.
I like Last of Us.
Alien Earth, FX. Night of the Seven Kingdoms, HBO. It, Welcome to Derry. Stranger Things, Wednesday, I would guess would be my guilty pleasure because it's just fun. Yeah. But I watch high-end prestige TV because I have class and you guys are trash.
I do watch Stranger Things. Oh, I do like that. And then if I were to go like to an actual show, like an actual TV, it'd be like Bob's Burgers or something. Like something stupid.
I mean, I still watch like South Park. Like South Park's hilarious.
I haven't watched South Park in a while, but I do like South Park.
All right. Love is blind and
Love is Blind, baby.
I'm questioning things.
No reason.
A lot of things.
No reason. Don't act like I don't sit there and just look at the decent looking women the entire time.
It's all right. Our wives don't listen.
No,
so does Brandon know what por favor Montoya means, or is that?
I don't. I've seen the Montoya. Like she's a lady of the night, right? She's not a faithful human.
No, she's not.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I'll send you links.
You don't have to.
I'm online. Even though I don't watch reality TV, I am online.
All right, we're getting out of here. See ya. Peace. Cheers.
Bye. Cheers.
Cheers.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.